when you think about the video clips that we all saw, you're a football guy, the Bills. You watch all these games, you're like, why are people passing out, right? You've seen those clips, Rob. I don't know if you have it or not. There's clips. I mean, here's one of them. There's a list of these, right, of people just passing out. We can't hear the audio, Rob.
These began tracing small patterns, inflammation, platelets, microclots, weeks after certain shots. Most never noticed, but for
These
a
are
few,
athletes.
the immune system hits too hard. The same spike that's meant to protect starts
1,100 of
sticking
them
to
died.
vessel walls. Blood thickens, flow slows, boom, ischemia.
Lower the audio
Doctors
a
call
little
it
bit, Rob.
vaccine-induced immune thrombotic event. Rare, yes, imagine, no. It's in the Lancet and NEGM. The question isn't if it happens, but why somebody's break the code. Genetics, gut, toxins, maybe all three. Because when the system built to defend starts to misfire, the result isn't protection, it's a stroke. They said
You can
stroke.
pause it right there. I mean, this is tough to watch. This is not easy to watch when you see these. These are athletes. They're running all day. They're exercising all day. They're supposed to be the healthiest ones. And then this happens to them.
Yeah.
Have we either investigated or started something to find out how many of these were tied to the vaccine, or because even the Bills linebacker, I believe, who was interviewed afterwards, cornerback or linebacker, I don't know what he was, but he played defense. When they interviewed Demar Hamlin and they said, what happened? He says, I know what it is, but I can't say it. I don't know if you've seen that interview.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, they interviewed him. And they said, do you know what it is? He says, I do know what it is, but I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say anything. It was like this secret sauce. You can't say what happened here. Are we ever going to, or maybe we already have we found that if there was a link between the vaccine and folks passing out, specifically athletes passing out?
So there's an NIH study that's looking at this, but here's the thing. These athletes were at a risk of dying of COVID of exactly 0. No athlete has ever died of COVID, okay? No professional athlete. And so the ultimate failure of the medical establishment was failing to recognize a 10,000-fold risk difference between a young person and an older person. And so they did, again, this Fauci HIV mindset. Everybody is at risk, almost as if everybody is at equal risk. And as a result, they had all these forced vaccination requirements for young, healthy athletes. A lot of NFL players were angry about the COVID vaccine requirement. But you know how the NFL is with their players.
Keep it quiet.
Right? They tight control of that messaging. I mean, they even control the news coverage of the NFL, right? The NFL network is owned by the NFL, right? So we're both NFL fans, but I mean, there is this side of the NFL that was ugly when you saw this vaccine requirement that the players did not want. I mean, the African-American community has been more suspicious of the medical establishment than the non-African-American community for good reasons, because of the Tuskegee experiment, this cruel and barbaric experiment on black people that ran into the early 70s. And so there's this general skepticism. And you saw this hesitancy in that community. And, when they're trying to blame Republicans for being the unvaccinated, and they're basically making it sound like it's Trump support. Number one, unvaccinated community by a percentage was African Americans. Right?
Yeah, and by the way, good for them for doing that. They were skeptical about it, but that was the interview. If you want to pull it up, Michael Strahan is interviewing Demar Hamlin on ABC, and here's what he had to say. Go for it.
You're 24, peak physical condition, can run circles around me right now. How did doctors describe what happened to you?
That's something I want to stay away from.
I know from my experience at the NFL, they do more tests than anything. And in the course
Something
of
I wanna
you
stay away
having
from.
your physical, did anybody ever come back with any, say you had a heart issue or anything that was abnormal?
Honestly, no. I've always been a healthy, young, fit, energetic, human being, let alone athlete. So it was something that was just, that we still processing, and I'm still talking through with my doctors just to see what everything was.
You can tell he doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, you can tell.
He went through it. He thought about it. He's like, I'm probably not going to get the contract. They're probably going to kick me out. Am I going to get sponsorship money? Nike's not going to give me a contract. Just keep it to yourself. Like, I wonder literally in that 10-second pause that he had that ABC showed, what was he thinking about?
Yeah, even doctors, when asked publicly and on television, do you think this could have been a vaccine-related complication, they were afraid because the censorship machine was alive and active, and they knew all heaven and earth could come down on them for even suggesting it as a possibility. And that is how draconian our medical establishment has become now, where you were not allowed. I mean, this is like Chinese Communist Party kind of stuff, right? If you disagree, you could just disappear, right?
Yeah, well, I remember the movie, the concussion movie that Will Smith did. Was the movie called Concussion?
Yeah.
It could have been called Concussion. And they were not fans of that movie. And by the way, this movie was one of the reasons why my wife doesn't want one of our boys to play football. So this movie actually impacted, and they ran a survey, a number that said parents of kids who make over $150,000 a year have a higher likelihood of not allowing their kids to play football than parents who make less than $150,000. So there's a link between, we're not going to be touching that sport because it can have some brain damage on you, and stepping away from it. So I just, when I see this kind of stuff, to me, closure is important. And I think you guys got 3 years, because honestly, we don't know who's going to be the next president of the United States. There's a lot of people that are overly confident. Oh, yeah, it's going to be J.D. Vance. It's done. It's going to be J.D. Vance Rubio ticket, and this is going to go 12 years, and it's going to be fantastic. And then you go to Kalshi, and you look at 2028 candidates, and Newsom and JD are neck and neck, and it's not like it's a given. So the reason why I'm saying this, I think if in the next 3 years you guys don't get this, we may never come back and touch this ever again. I think this will be something that'll be just wiped. It'll be another one of those things that will be conspiracy. John F. Kennedy assassination, MLK assassination, 9/11. They don't ever want to tell us, and the trust in the U.S. government will be low again. I think you guys can increase the level of trust in the U.S. government and get it skyrocketing in ways we've never had. If certain things just get boom, 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 boom. You know what? I trust the investigation FBI did. No, James Comey and Letitia James, case dropped. Give me a flipping break. Yeah, Fauci, boom. No, nothing's going to happen. Oh, yeah, boom, nothing's going to happen. The average day-to-day voter, I'm not talking about the one that follows everything closely. The average day-to-day voter is not thinking high-level stuff. COVID impacted them. They're just like, listen, can you just tell me what happened here so I can move on? Anyways, when we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.